Hi everyone, my name is Leonie and welcome to the podcast Pickup Stitches, where I share with you all of my yarny adventures. If you like this content, please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Let's get into it. Hi everyone, this is episode 37 of the Pickup Stitches podcast. And today is Sunday, the 2nd of April. Let me confirm. Yes, the 2nd of April. And we have had majority of cold days the last couple of weeks, but as luck would have it, today it's a lot warmer. So we are definitely in autumn right now and transitioning from summer to winter in the southern hemisphere. And yeah, so I have been missing in action for a little bit, and I was thinking of just chatting about that a bit with the get-go of this episode. I always do chapters for the video. So if you do not want to listen to me yabbering on, you're welcome to skip to the next chapter. The reason I've been a little bit MIA is because work and studies have just been crazy. A lot of deadlines and a lot of traveling. I might share some photos or videos of my most recent trip to the Northern Cape. And yeah, so I just really tried to be kind to myself the last couple of months, because it was the beginning of the year, and come February I was already feeling burnt out. So I actually made a mindful decision to slow down and to really just use my crafts for relaxation and, how can I put this, to just use that to recharge my batteries a bit, like what it always used to be, with not stressing about making so many notes when doing a sock that I can write a pattern afterwards, or rushing to have something done for the next podcast episode or anything like that. So that was my thinking, and I decided beforehand that I am not going to do podcasts in March. I knew it, so there was nothing to stress about. It was a decision I made, and I just lived with it, and I'm glad that I did it. I am back today. I feel so much better. I have got 2 finished objects, one you've never even seen before and one you have seen before. So yeah, just to finish off this topic, I submitted my last assignment for my studies Wednesday that passed, and I have promised myself that I will not study at all again until after Easter weekend. So I am left with 2 exams and my thesis that I need to complete. And the first exam is at the end of April, and the next one the first week in June. Then I'm done with exams, and then it's only the thesis to worry about. So far I've been passing, so fingers crossed that I keep that up. That's life. I haven't been out and about much except for traveling for work, and even that is not really, it always sounds so glamorous to travel a bit for work, but it's not. I can guarantee you it's hard work. You rush from point A to point B the whole time, but I'm not complaining. And just say I haven't been to the Stoepmark or any of those events lately. Hoping I can change that very soon. That's it. I think we can get into the fun stuff now. Starting with finished objects, of which one is what I'm wearing. And I am wearing the Frosted Pathways cardigan. This is a cardigan pattern by Mariana from Sweet Crochet Dreams that I was fortunate enough to test. It's a crochet cardigan, and this one is especially special to me because this was my first ever attempt at yarn dyeing. I showed you guys last year the bulk sock yarn that I bought from Stuck on Yarns, if I remember correctly now, with the aim of starting to experiment with natural dyes a bit. And before I get into talking too much about the dye and what I did to achieve this, let's just finish talking about the pattern. So this is, like I said, the Frosted Pathway cardigan. The pattern is not out yet, but I believe it's going to be going out mid-April somewhere, because we had to be finished 11th of April. So I believe it's going to be around about there that Mariana will release this pattern. And it is a nice long cardigan. As you can see, I don't think you can. It comes down nice and low. I might even put on a proper video that you guys can see the full glory of this cardigan. Like I mentioned, I used sock weight yarn, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And for me to get gauge, I had to go from the not using the 4mm crochet hook that Mariana suggested to get gauge, but to a 5mm hook. So the material is very drapey, as you can imagine. And something that I've picked up is, even though I did wash and block my swatch, it never grew as much as the cardigan grew after blocking it. So I know superwash merino grows a lot, and this is a big garment, and it grew a little bit more than I would hope, especially in the arms. As you can see, I've got nice long sleeves now, which is not a problem. A lot of people like this. I can always just fold it up, or, you know, who knows, maybe I'll rip back and remove 3. I can easily remove 3 pattern repeats on the arm sleeves. I think so. And this weighs 580 grams, which, let's talk about the yarn dyeing experience. I saw that I needed at least, I would have needed 6 skeins of yarn if I were to go and buy yarn. So 600 grams to be on the safe side. And I was telling myself beforehand, like, you cannot not have enough yarn. Imagine running out. There is no way I would ever achieve this effect again with natural dyes, me being a super newbie at dyeing. So I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? So I took 600 grams, maybe 605, 16. And luckily Peter, my husband, helped me, and we created a monster skein, which I then dyed. And I dyed it by first soaking it, then putting it in the mordant, which in this case was alum, and I used avo pits, the inside, the pit, the seed of the avo, because I wanted pink. And I boiled those avo pits, I've cut them up and I boiled them almost a day and a half. And the water was this nice pink color. And then I put my yarn in, and I got this very weird beige color. And I was not happy with that at all. Then afterwards, I was like, okay, this is not looking very nice. What am I going to do now? And I then decided to add some iron into the water, because from my research is that iron and copper tends to make everything grey almost. And that's just what my research showed me. And I was thinking, I'm going to make a light grey then, if I can't get a pink that I like. Which I did, and yes, it did turn a little bit more grey. But I was still not happy. I think the reason I didn't get the oomph out of it was because the yarn was probably already quite saturated with the beige color. Then I was like, okay, so what now? I was still not happy. What I did then was to buy the, what's the name of the tea now? Hibiscus tea, the hibiscus tea at Woolworths, because I like to drink tea every now and again, and I had this before and it was super pink, and I was thinking maybe that will work. And then I was dabbing at the skein. So I took it out of the water. I strained as much of it out of the water out of the skein as I could. It actually started drying up a little bit when I got the tea. And I took the tea bags and I started blotching at this yarn with the hibiscus tea. So it was super pink. But still, because of the iron that was in the yarn now, that pink turned this blue spots that we see everywhere. And I did, if you ask me, manage to get the blue speckles evenly throughout the skein of yarn. It took the skein of yarn 5 days, if I remember correctly now, to dry up properly. And then the next challenge came. To take the 600 gram skein of yarn and convert that into yarn cakes. It was a mission, because it did get tangled up. Luckily, I spoke to myself beforehand and I told myself to just take a deep breath, take it slow. Getting agitated was not going to help the situation, which is what I did, and I eventually got that right as well. And then I was good to go. And yeah, the color holds up very nicely. it's been through the wash and I have not seen any fading of the color yet. We'll see what happens when I start wearing it and get into the sun with this cardigan when it's winter and I have ample opportunity to wear it. What else do I need to say about this? Yeah, I'm very happy. I am super proud, very happy, and I could highly recommend this pattern. It's very unique with this lifted treble stitches, which is sort of like a mixture of normal crochet and Tunisian crochet. And yeah, I'm gonna wear this one a lot. I really enjoy it. The fit is nice. So you can see this button band or collar really helps for the cardigan to sit on your shoulders properly and not fall off. I've made a cardigan previously that is forever falling off my shoulders. Now that I've learned quite a few things with this cardigan's construction, I'm thinking of adding maybe a deeper collar to that other cardigan of mine. So yeah, that's it. I don't know if I must say something else about this. Check out the pattern when it gets released. Yeah. My next finished object are the socks that I was knitting for my brother for his birthday. There we go. And this sock blockers, as you can see, is from Kaiso that I got from Knotty Habit. And I just want to bring it a little bit closer in the hope that you can see the spiral ribbing. This ribbing that spirals around the leg a little bit better. And I did these socks with Knotty Habit as well, Kaiso sock base, which is also 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And these colorways were part of last year's sock club boxes, with the main color being part of the chili and masala of last year. One of the chili and masalas, I cannot remember which quarter, and this dark brown came in one of the boxes for the cinnamon and vanilla. Yes, cinnamon and vanilla sock box. So yeah, I'm going to town tomorrow so I can finally send this off. My sister's socks are also still sitting here, and they already had their birthdays 3 weeks ago. As always, I'm super late, but so be it. It will get done eventually. I might write them up as a pattern, but like I said, I am deliberately forcing myself not to get carried away by having to write everything up and putting stuff out there. I just need to focus for the rest of this year at least on enjoying my craft and using that as relaxation. Let's get on to whips. The first whip I'm going to show you is a pair of socks that staying in my walking project bag that my friend Mariette from Die Boervrou made. And while we're at it, this yarn cake cozy that I'm using is also a pattern by Mariette that you can get on Ravelry. So this socks that I'm making is for Peter because he's in dire need of more socks. And the yarn is amazing. Look at this. I'm doing a plain 2x2 twisted rib for the cuff, and a plain stockinette because I want the yarn to do the talking. This yarn is from Big Fox Yarns, and it is their sock base, 3 ply, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and the colorway name is Koi. Let me take this cake out. This is what the cake looks like. The reason I got this yarn, just by the way, it was an acquisition in the last 2 months, was a gift voucher that Jaleen from the Lekker podcast gave me on my birthday last year. But I only got around to actually using it somewhere in Feb, I don't know. And when I saw the reason for actually saying you have to do this now, stop delaying, was I saw this Koi colorway on Instagram. And I knew this needs to be socks for Peter, because he loves koi fish, and this colorway is spot on. And just look at how cool this is. I want to try and show you. Just keep your eye on this red and black band that we have here, and look how it spirals down the sock. It's amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I am really impressed with this dye work, with the colors chosen. These are probably one of the socks I'm having the most fun with so far. It's just plain vanilla. It's on my bamboo chaigu needles because I started this on my flight to the Northern Cape, and I did not want to risk them confiscating my needles. What must I say? What do I need to say? This would be my large. This is what I normally do for a large size. There's nothing more to say. I cannot think of anything else I want to say about this, except that I really, really love this colorway. Okay. My stomach is growling for some reason. That's that. And I just realized I need to put in a progress keeper. Progress keepers, which I'm keeping in this beautiful tin, which I got in the Q4 sock club box from Ietsie last year. Ooh, let's pick this one. I love this one. This one is a progress or stitch marker, which I'm going to use for a progress keeper from Annegret from Pincushions Crafts. Let's just put that one in there. Okay. There we go. Next whip that I've taken out of semi-hibernation is staying in my other project bag from Knotty Habit, and this was the yarn club from last year's project bags. Is my favorite adventure sweater that I've been working on for quite some time now, but I've just started the ribbing on the body. I love it. I love it. I love it. So you can see there's like 3 rounds of ribbing at the bottom, and there's the progress keeper from the last time I showed this sweater with everyone. That's a stitch marker from Ietsie Klein, Gertruida. And yeah, I am super happy. The main color, as well as quite a few of the minis that I used, are also Kaiso from Knotty Habit, which is their 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And this was a custom dye that Mincy did for me with just the slightest tint of grey to just break the white, which was exactly what I wanted. Again, keeping it nice and cozy with a yarn cake cozy from Mariette from Die Boervrou, as if I can forget the name. And the other, so the main color is this one. Then these mini skeins that I used is a variety of also Kaiso minis and Esteresa yarn creations. Is it a clear base now? I hope it's a clear base. And that's also 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and it's got mostly the minis from the Secret 7 Society club that they had in 2022 as well, and especially the blues and the greys, some of the purples on Knotty Habit. And yeah, loving this. I think it looks super cool. I should finish the ribbing in the next week, and then we are off to the sleeves. Did I say everything? I'm using for the ribbing the 3.5mm Chai needles, but the main body was with a 4mm needles. And the material that this creates is so squishy because it's basically double fingering weight, if that makes sense. Because it's this color work throughout. So you do have this nice thick squishy fabric. I think it's going to be nice and cozy this winter. I fitted it on, it fits nicely so far. Happiness. And that's all of my projects. I had to get rid of the sweater because I was busy melting. And one very important announcement I need to make is that my friend Mariette and myself are going to have another Ranunculus knit along this year. Last year we did it in, I think, November, but we decided this year we want to do it in May because it's winter in May and we both want to do winter Ranunculuses, Ranunculi, who knows what the plural of that is. And yeah, this year it's going to be in May. So we are going to make the Ranunculus sweater, which is probably one of the most famous sweaters ever by, I struggle to pronounce the name properly, Midori Hiroshi. Apologies. And we're kicking off on the 1st of May. And the plan is to knit a Ranunculus towards the end of May. So the Ranunculus is super fast. It uses whatever yarn you want to use almost. But it's really one of the fastest patterns out there to make. And it's beautiful. And quite easy to customize. We did see a lot of customizations last year, but anyway, if you want to join us, please let us know. We will create another Instagram group for the make along, and there will be free get-togethers. The first being on the 1st of May at 8 o'clock South African time. The second one, let's confirm. We've discussed this yesterday. The first one is going to be the 1st of May, 8 o'clock at night, South African time, for a cast-on party. The second get-together we will have is going to be on the 13th of May, which is a Saturday, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then our last one is going to be the 27th of May at 10 o'clock in the morning. We try to have a variety of times during which we will have these get-togethers to try and accommodate as much as possible people around the globe, because yeah, that is a thing that you need to consider, and we hope you will join us. The Ranunculus pattern is amazing. I absolutely love it, and I'm so looking forward to it. And I already have had my yarn ready since last year. This is the yarn I'm going to use, which is the Cowgirl Blues Merino DK yarn, 100% merino, in the colorway Adele, which means it's part of their Divas collection. And yeah, I'm super looking forward to that. That is why I want to try and get my favorite adventure cardigan done by the end of April, because I would really want to focus mainly on the Ranunculus in May. And that is, I think, everything we needed to talk about today. I want to say thank you to everyone for watching, and a big thank you to everyone that actually contacted me and made sure I'm okay and everything is fine when I went a little bit MIA. I appreciate it, and yeah, may you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye.